Ah, shit. This episode of the BRG podcast has been brought to you by our patrons. Here at BRG, we'd like to thank those patrons who have subscribed and donated. It is because of generosity like yours that makes this show possible.
On this episode of the podcast, Kirok talks about the specs for the new Xbox Scorpion. Ziploc Bob joins us and has a Freudian slip. And I have bad memories of the last time Bob was on with us. Welcome back to the next episode of the BRG podcast. I am your host, Warp Jester, and along with me, of course, my co-host, Kirok.
Hello, everyone.
And tonight we've got our special guest, as always, super special in every way, Ziploc Bob. How's it going,
guys.
Bob? Been a little while.
Yes, it has. Since last time I've been here, I started making 5 videos a week, 2 podcasts, a review, my own new show, and random gameplay.
Wow.
Freudian slip.
Bob's breaking all kinds of barriers here.
Hey, I accept all comers.
Rightio. and anyways, it's good to have you back on, Bob. It's been a little while. I'm not sure how many episodes it's been here, but it's been a good few.
Let me put it this
here-
way:
he came when I
Pokemon Go
was on
was a
last
thing.
Oh God! Oh, bad
Pokemon Go
memories.
days.
Bad memories.
Gotta catch 'em all. STDs.
You know, I actually appreciate the old Pokemon. I mean, I didn't really like the cartoon per se, but the Pokemon just gotten kind of weird looking now. I don't know. They're a little. It's kind of like the Beatles. When they first started out, they were respectful. They had good music, it was clean, and then Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band came out, and then you had Yellow Submarine. It was just like. Drugs were definitely a factor here. There's just no doubt.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, LSD.
Hello. Anyways, anything going on with you, Kirok?
Not very much. I've actually stopped playing Zelda for a couple of days.
Whoa!
Hey.
Breaking news!
Today was the first day I actually picked it back up again because I was sitting in a waiting room and I had some time to kill. So that's about it, really. Nothing major.
Nothing too exciting.
No.
Kirok's kind of boring. Anyways, well, tell you what, guys, we got fun lineup for tonight. We'll of course be going through some news in our speed bits, as well as we're gonna have a couple of main topics we want to dibble on about, and we'll be having one of the new segments we talked about, which is gonna be Ziploc Bob's new Rant segment. So we'll be picking that up this evening. We'll talk a little about that down the way here. I guess this would be a good time to say screw it. Let's get into it. All right, guys, getting into the speed bites. Starting off at the top of the list here, we've got video game may help children with ADD. I find this incredibly interesting. This kind of goes in the ongoing saga of the back and forth between video games are bad, video games are good. This actually research in UCSF are participating in a nationwide clinical study where they're testing the effects of treating a attention deficit disorder as well as sensory perception dysfunction with a custom-built game. So UCSF neurologist, neurology professor, I can't even say the name. Somebody, we're making a more palatable way for of training the game. That's our goal is not to make entertaining games per se, but games that are actually functional, that actually help with these dysfunctions. So we're kind of doing studies to see what happens, see how well they work. So well, I hope they help.
Cool. Blizzard is owed $8.5 million in legal battle with bot makers. We mentioned this once before in a previous episode. This article is from Rock, Paper, Shotgun. Basically, the courts ruled that the bot makers owe Blizzard for creating hacks in games such as Overwatch, Hearthstone, and WoW. 8.5 million. They essentially say that it violates DMCA regulations. Is this probably the only good thing that came out of the DMCA?
No, it's prejudice against AI. Screw 'em.
Yeah.
Moving right along, we have the Candy Crush devs King is working on a Call of Duty mobile experience. King was purchased by Activision for nearly $6 billion in late 2015. And a recent announcement from King reveals that the developer is working on a new mobile experience, as how it's presented in their page, centered all around Call of Duty. The page itself is a hiring call with developers noting that it's looking for an art director, senior systems designers, among other things. But even though it's not giving us an exact date, it is giving us a general vibe of this developer is making this thing in general.
It's Candy Crush developers doing whatever. Okay.
Call of Duty.
Sure.
Candy Call.
The microtransaction jokes
Candy
write
Duty.
themselves.
Candy Duty. Never mind.
That just sounds wrong.
Yes.
Hey, Game of Sutra is actually reporting on historians aiming to recover, restore, and archive video game media. This is great because this is actually a collection of a group that's actually trying to collect and archive all of the media from classic games. This includes things like screenshots, game code, even cover art, etc.
Cool.
They're going through and trying to piece it all together and collect what they possibly can. Materials recovered so far. Concepts. Let's see what we have here. Basically, just trying to have a historical archive of this. It's good because it gives us reference points for the history of games where they've been to. So far, they've preserved. The effort has preserved or managed to track down 400 physical artifacts containing game assets created from 1996 to 2011, and they're still collecting a lot more. Just so you guys know, the Video Game History Foundation is a 501c3. It's a true nonprofit organization. I definitely encourage you to look them up. I'll try to remember the link in the show notes if I can, so you guys can check them out.
Nice. So Polygon reports that Microsoft ends its free Connect adapter promotion. If you're like me and you have an Xbox One and you decided you wanted to upgrade to the Xbox One S, you can actually get a free adapter going on their website and punching in your serial number to be able to connect your Connect. That's good. To your new Xbox One S. That promotion is done and over with. So either they're going to discontinue it altogether where you can't get them, or essentially you'll end up having to pay for the adapter, which I doubt they're going to do. That's it.
I thought the Kinect was a great thing, and yet it's
I
never
like
took
it.
off.
I do like it. Yeah.
Your body is the controller.
I like the
thank
voice
you
command.
personally.
No, I like the voice command.
Outside of that, I get you. But CD Projekt Red explains the Cyberpunk trademark. They've gotten a lot of flack recently for trademarking Cyberpunk, or at least extending the Cyberpunk to games, because they bought it from the previous owner when it came to just the tabletop games, because the Cyberpunk 2027, is that the correct moniker?
I guess.
Yeah.
Is like that was based off of that's going to be based off of a old tabletop game that's getting turned into a video game.
Okay.
But they're explaining that the trademark has, in their words, we wish to protect our hard work and we don't plan on using the trademark offensively via Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes, because this is the best way to put out your news. But they filed the trademark to make sure that they'll be the only entity to be used the exact name and naming scheme.
It's another trademark BS thing for a very generic word. No, it's not going to work out. It's not going to do what they say they're going to do.
Yeah, but however, this is a trademark, not a copyright or a patent, so it doesn't entirely prohibit others from using it.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't mean CD Projekt Red has exclusive rights to the cyberpunk genre or setting, but the naming your video game cyberpunk.
Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Sorry.
Nope.
Sorry. This is not going to work.
Nope.
Sorry.
No. Not going to happen.
We've talked about this 100 times, I guess, but just a quick note. the Register is reporting on Uni of Utah is dishing out scholarships for ace video game players. So we talked about this. We've had places overseas as well as I think Illinois somewhere is basically doing scholarships for esports. To put it shortly, the reason why I did bring this up though is because this is a little bit unique in that this is the Power Five, which consists of the wealthiest athletic conferences in college sports. This is actually college as part of that. So these are big groups now picking up on esports as a place
like
for
the SEC, Pac-10,
you got it.
Pac-12, Big Ten, those guys.
Yep.
So a user on cheapassgamer.com by the name of DealSeeker2U.
I love that website's name.
Ordered a Switch on Amazon. He thought he got a good deal. He basically paid $269 for something that's $299, and we're talking U.S., not Canadian dollars. And what did he get? He actually got a Switch box. But inside that box was a Wii U, a dirty Wii U with no cables, no controllers, nothing. If you go to the article, you can see the picture. So I mean, you know, if it's too good to be true, it's probably dirty.
That's
poor guy.
horrible.
Like, I just feel so bad for the guy.
And this is through Amazon?
This is through Amazon, according to Polygon.
I'm used to this being Anyways.
You can sell your stuff through them, but still, that's ouch.
Yeah, that's ouch, exactly.
Moving on to something that's equally ridiculous, at least in my point of view. Some DAs over at SGA decided to put the kibosh on streaming Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Come on, okay.
What?
But okay, Puyo Puyo Tetris is a very specific version of Tetris post, given that is developed and done by Sega. And according to their PSA, videos of any gameplay can't be posted for profit unless the website you uploaded to already has a mechanism for copyright takedowns. Nothing from adventure mode or replays from adventure mode can be uploaded. Other modes can be uploaded as long as you follow the first rule. You cannot modify the Sega watermark that gets slapped on videos recorded using and they use the word slapped. The Xbox One / PS4 share feature.
You are not allowed to promote our game. That's all I hear.
Yeah, that's basically it. Agreed.
It's like, oh no, I'm not going to buy Tetris because I know how the adventure mode.
Indeed.
Yeah. This is tone deaf.
Indeed.
This is so tone deaf, it's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, it's life, I guess. Hey, man, I'm getting my my links all out of whack here, but I'm gonna skip right down. I guess Kirok, don't tell us about the PlayStation VR headset.
Yeah. Basically, PlayStation VR is heading to arcades. So Sony's doing deals in Japan to make it a thing where you can go to arcades and play PlayStation VR. I have one thing to say, or actually one question, really. Will they be providing face condoms?
My question is...
I like it, though. I like it. I want to see this. Sorry, what's that?
How much of a yen muncher is it going to be?
I have no clue. They didn't put any of that down.
Is it going to be on the life system or a pay per minute? Like, I want to see how bad I'm about to get screwed on this.
Well, another VR related news is kind of a big what the hell. Palmer Luckey leaves Oculus. Now, this is kind of a big deal because, you know, in case you weren't aware of it, Palmer Luckey was kind of the face and the mind behind the Oculus Rift. And I guess, honestly, what it boils down to is Facebook had a news release, and the company said, you know, Palmer will be dearly missed, and they go on to say Palmer's legacy extends far beyond the Oculus. His inventive spirit helped kickstart modern VR and so on, which is absolutely true. Now, that said, I'm not terribly surprised, to be honest with you, because it is a big corporation. They don't want to draw a lot of attention per se, and you have to remember too that Palmer has had a long history of controversy, starting with the price debacle when it was touted that it was going to be like a $350 device and came out at $700. And then goes on to have the issues like Palmer got railed when public found out or outed him as a pro-Trump, anti-Hillary supporter. And then most recently, the big debacle with the Oculus Facebook versus ZeniMax, which ended with Facebook having to shell out $500 million for the lawsuit, as well as Palmer himself being responsible for $50 million.
Yeah.
So, so sorry to see you go. Don't want the door hit you on the way out.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Batman Arkham VR is coming to Vive, reports and gadgets. So this is awesome because it's basically a game that was out on the PSVR is now going to be coming. Actually, sorry, Vive and Rift. So yes, for Batman fans, I'm not that big a Batman fan, but this is pretty cool. No, I like it because it's the beginning of possibly what we're going to see, games that may become popular on a bigger platform. Because I'll tell you, there's probably more PSVR headset owners than there are Vive headset owners. And that means any games that may be popular in that space may port over to the computer end for Vive and Rift. And that's good. I like that.
Oh,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in this at all. I mean, no, anyways.
As long as you got a good video card to make it work.
Yeah.
Speaking of good video cards, for those of you who've been salivating over the next rev of the Titan, it's here. The Titan XP. Let's just hope it's better than when Windows did XP. But
Wow.
I was about to spit out all that water.
And
right
for-
into the camera.
For the modest price tag of a mere $1,200.
Awesome.
It is what it is.
So let's talk about the specs very briefly.
Very briefly.
It has twice the teraflops as Project Scorpio and almost 4,000 CUDA cores running at 1.6 gigahertz. Plain English, it's
Pretty damn
about
skoogum.
It's 1.5 times more powerful than the previous one, almost.
It's a skookum
And-
choocher.
But you can SLI this thing. Yes, they're selling everything you need with it. Yes, it has direct.
Basically, if you got the cash for it,
Well, yeah. If you can, why not? But if you can't,
indeed. It's
indeed.
going to be out of the price range for a lot of people, point blank. But anyways,
Yeah,
it
it's
is out.
definitely
It is there. So, kick ass.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys,
Holy crap.
that is going to wrap up our Speed Bites.
Okay, guys.
Here are your video game releases for the week. Starting off on April 11th will be Yooka-Laylee. That's right, Yooka-Laylee. There's actually a big group of people who have been dying to see this game for quite a while. In fact, the game started back on Kickstarter back in 2015 and raised an impressive $2.1 million from 80,000 backers. This is pretty impressive. The game itself is coming out for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and is considered an open world platformer. It's filled in, it's got some puzzling, even though it's considered an open world platformer. There are puzzles in the game, and when I watch the videos, I haven't played the game, it reminds me a lot of the Crash Bandicoot style, where you're just jumping around. Sometimes it's like 3D world where you're running through it, or sometimes it's side-scrolling. It looks really nice. There are apparently a whole bunch of oddball characters scattered around through the world, stunning expanse of different levels. It's highly polished, very cartoony. It looks like a game that I could enjoy or really love to sit down and have some fun. It's definitely looking like it would be a safe or kid-safe type game. But who knows? They might have some humor, dorky fart humor scattered throughout it as well that adults would get and kids would probably go right over their heads. The next game is Stardew Valley Collector's Edition. This is also coming out on April 11th, and it is an open-ended country life RPG type game. At least that's what the developer's website says. It's coming out for PS4 and Xbox One. What's the difference? What's the main difference between this and the Stardew Valley that's already been out for about a year, which incidentally has been really freaking popular. This one comes out as a physical copy for both PS4 and Xbox One. So you're getting the game disc. You're getting what else? There's a Stardew Valley guidebook inside. Carrie Fry's Stardew Valley guidebook. The original soundtrack, so you get the audio soundtrack of the game, and you get a map of Pelican Town. This is pretty cool. This game has been hugely popular with a lot of YouTubers as well as streamers online. It has been doing very well. It's one of those games that you can get super highly addictive. It's an 8-bit style kind of bird's eye view, 3/4 view, and what you do is you basically farm. So you end up in a town, and you start off with some coin, you start off with a few tools, and you begin farming and taking care of animals in the area. You begin harvesting, fishing, mining. There's all kinds of different little things that you can do in this game. The thing is it gets to be one of those games where you're doing a lot of resource management, and you're trying to plant the seeds here, then go and fish over there, and then by the time you're finished milking the cows and feeding the goats, you have to go collect those seeds over there. It's really dorky, fun, corny little, it's that kind of a game, and it's easy to get into and super easy to get addicted to. I have the game, but I haven't started it yet, only because I'm afraid it'll eat up all my time. All right, guys, and the last game coming out April 12th is The Sexy Brutale. This game is a puzzle / adventure, intrigue / murder type game coming out for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. It is a masquerade party that you're invited to in a casino mansion, and it's like rich graphics, very cartoony. The characters are very cartoony, that is, and it's like a theme park environment depending which room you're in. The actual developers kind of refer to it as a opening the lid on a dollhouse kind of setting, which is pretty cool. It's cartoony and pleasing to the eye, but it's also got a dark atmosphere. I was watching the videos of it, and it looks pretty neat. It reminds me personally of a digital version of the board game Clue. So, and the reason I say that too is because the host that invites all these people to the masquerade party is mysteriously not there, and all the people start realizing something's up because they are getting murdered off one by one. So I guess the whole point of the thing is for you to kind of figure out who the murderer is, or the murder mystery is, and there appear to be puzzles in the game as well. I think it's a great setting. I haven't played it, obviously the game isn't out yet, but it looks like something I would enjoy playing. Probably not the first game on the list for me to buy, but I encourage you guys to go to the website, check out the video. And that is your wrap-up of games for this week. Hey guys, so going into the meaty bites for tonight, I wanted to talk about Microsoft's unveil of Project Scorpio technical specs. This original story came from Digital Foundry. The article I was referencing was from Eurogaming, referencing Digital Foundry. I'm quickly just going to go over the new specs that they unveiled. CPU is going to be an 8 custom core x86 at 2.3 gigahertz. The graphics card, or the GPU, is going to be a 40 compute unit at 1,172 megahertz, equivalent of 6 teraflops worth of info.
Why? Yeah. Okay.
What? No, say
English, man.
Why don't you just say a little over a gig instead?
A gig. I know. I copied it right from the thing. I saw. Memory is going to be 12 gigabytes of GG, man, GG. And the memory bandwidth is going to be about 326 gigabytes per second. Hard drive, 1 terabyte, 2.5. I guess to keep costs low, they went with a hard drive. It would have been nicer to see a solid state in there. What else? Optical drive is a 4K ultra high definition Blu-ray. So this is pretty cool. The specs far out past the PS4 Pro, which right now is kind of the
4.5.
Yeah, the 4.5 exactly. Now, and it also, in that same sense, it far out passes the Xbox One S. Although a lot of people are still very happy with the Xbox One S, I'm still rocking the original Xbox One. This is pretty cool. The Scorpio, they touted it'll be able to play games natively at 4K. So to kind of put the power of the graphics card for this new system that's slated for fall,
you can look at, say, the Scorpio's 4K performance should rival the GTX 1070 or AMD's Fury X class video cards. So I just recently got a GTX 1070 and threw it into my VR system, and that's great because I cranked up some graphics on some games just to test it out, and it is fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what
the
we're
10 series is nice.
yeah, it's a good series.
It's a notable upgrade.
One of the things
I went from like a 700 series to the 1000, and I'm like,
yeah, you can visually tell.
oh, what was it? The old Panasonic commercials or whatever? Where it's like,
Yeah,
yes, I
pretty much.
remember that one.
So for this,
Yeah.
the spec, riding off specs is great, but I mean,
Yes.
from your in depth on this, does this look like something that's gonna be like, oh my god, wow, compared to somebody has the like you have the stock, if you will,
Yeah.
Xbox.
So I think it will have that little bit extra push, especially if you're someone who does have a 4K display. The thing with me is I don't have a 4K display in the home, so I wouldn't even be able to realize or see how much of a difference it is, right?
Yeah.
Mind you, we are getting to that point where the games are so crisp, so really well put together. Do you notice that little bit extra? The question,
The question is, do you want to pay that much money for a little
Right.
bit extra when you're already on a
if
console?
If you're
But the
buying
thing-
that system, if it's going 4K, you gotta have a 4K setup. I
Yeah.
don't, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is like 1080 to me looks great on a smaller screen, like say a 17 inch.
23, even a 23 looks
Yeah.
pretty good at 1080.
Fair enough.
But once you get to, like, say, I've got this big 60-inch screen and it's 4K, at that point, because of the size, it's worth it. That's where 4K has it all over for me, is with bigger screens. Now, my one question that I have that I don't see anything on here for is, with how you're powering the thing, is the power brick going to be in the box, or is it going to be outside of it?
They haven't even, to be
Oh my
honest, in the article,
God.
they haven't even announced what the name of the console is. They're still referring to it as Project
Hell
Scorpio.
cares about the fucking power brick?
What I want to know is if
I
this
do
thing
because
is
of
so
overheating.
exactly. You were like leading right into what I was about to say. I want to know what this thing sounds like. Will it have a good cooling system? Are we going to see the same repeat as the Xbox 360 with the red ring of death? Will it sound like a jet airplane taking off? Right. So
Probably.
Cause,
Yeah, it probably
I think
will.
It was like a 56%
That was the hallmark
L rate
of the
for
360, wasn't it?
360.
yeah. It was especially if people had like those entertainment cabinets and they threw it in there. Forget it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that thing was going to shut off after 10 minutes.
Yeah,
So
when I
one
was deployed
Yeah.
to Iraq, all my buddies got it. We tried doing Xbox 360s. We immediately switched to the PS3s because they could take the heat better out there.
He's gonna suck. All right, correct.
So
So,
I want to close off with general consensus, and this is not official from Microsoft, that they're thinking the system will be around $499 US. I've heard rumors that it might even be something higher, more along the lines of anywhere between $900 and $999 US. And
$1,000 for a
wait,
freaking
wait.
console?
that is just rumors. I
PS3.
heard. When I heard that, I was thinking to myself, did anybody remember what happened with PS3? Like when they announced their price, everybody in the freaking stadium
Balked.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, I just wanted to bring that up because that's big news for gamers, man, like console gamers.
Fuck me.
Sorry, it worked.
No, it's fine. Fine.
Yeah.
All right, Bob.
Okay,
G2A is back again in the news.
Yeah. Okay, so G2A does not have a good reputation at all.
All right, just in case you guys forgot, we've talked about these guys before. These are the key resellers that people are potentially taking advantage of and using stolen credit cards, buy a bunch of keys, and then sell them off.
Okay.
Okay, and now the thing is, you can't blame the company for bad players if they do something about it, but they never really
They
do
never
that
really
much
did.
about it.
Yeah.
Okay, because the thing is, and you'll start seeing some of the problems once we get a little bit further down into this. So Gearbox got hit by a tidal wave of backlash for partnering with G2A. It got so bad that even like Total Biscuit said it was like, no, we're not normalizing shitty practices. We're just like we're going to lambast them for this. So
Rightly so.
they decided. So Gearbox, being a company, decided to look out for number one and told G2A, these are our demands, and if you do not meet our demands, we won't. That partnership that we promised you is going bye-bye.
Yeah, dissolved.
The demands are as such. 1. Within 30 days, G2A Shield, the customer fraud protection plan, will be free from now on. You're not having to pay extra for that crap.
Nice.
Which it should be.
Yeah.
Right.
Because let's say I get a game that's like, say it's a $15 game, right?
Well, let's make it very simple. You're talking about charging a customer for a service that is effectively built in, is built into your system to be taken advantage of. You're like basically saying, we're gonna sell you a house that has a door that doesn't lock, but you can buy insurance from us so if shit gets stolen. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, they're railroading their customers, but like from my experience from any time I try to, like, the insurance can cost $10, and if I buy it from Steam, the game just costs $15. So if I buy it with the insurance, and this is not even counting hassle, the game, I have to find a key for the game that's less than $5, which is almost a guarantee it's not a legit copy.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's not worth the heartache. I'd rather spend an extra couple of bucks for the peace of mind.
Oh, and don't get me wrong. I would love to have a fair and legitimate means to trade game keys, so that I can buy things like packs of stuff and be able to dish out the keys to other people and stuff.
Right.
But they just did it all wrong.
But remember, selling illegal keys doesn't just hurt the consumer, it hurts the people who make the game as well.
Absolutely.
So here's the second point that they made. That GTA makes a public commitment to, within 90 days, open up a web service or API to certified developers and publishers to search and flag for immediate removal of keys that are fraudulent. And this access will be free of charge and will not require payment by the content holders at all.
The fact they've had to spell this out for these ass wipes is just so sad.
It keeps going. The G2A make a public commitment too.
I'm not done.
Within 60 days, implement throttling for non-certified developers and publishers of the title, user ID, and accounts payable levels for a fraud flagging process. This is to protect content providers from having large quantities of stolen goods flipped on G2A before they can be flagged.
Oh dear God.
And lastly, to where in 30 days, G2A restructures its payment system so that customers who wish to buy and sell legitimate keys are given a clear and simple fee structure that is easy to understand and contains no hidden or obfuscated charges and joins the ranks of other major marketplaces such as your Uplay,
there you go,
your Steam, and everybody else. Yep. Total Biscuits even previously called G2A's business as a protection racket, because that's exactly how it freaking works.
It really kind of is. Well,
it points out that they're like, it's an entirely fraud-based system in my opinion.
Here's the thing. To kind of wrap this up, I think that that GTA could find a way to restructure it, or maybe set the platform or set a status for how to ethically create a verification process so that we know keys are legitimate before they're purchased, before they're put onto G2A, etc. Right. I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's easy to say it, but there's got to be a way. There's really got to be a way.
I mean, here's how some of the... I almost don't want to say this to not give people ammo on like, ooh, this is how I'm going to do. But what will happen is, like, let's say I steal Kirok's credit card information.
No, right? I know what's happening now. We talked about this in the last time we brought up G2A. We explained how it's working currently, and this is why it's so messed up. So I understand their outline for it. I'm just curious if there's two ways this is going to go about. Either there is a way to do this right, and they're going to be forced into it, or there really just isn't a way to do it. And I'm curious. And actually, I want to get I want to get feedback from everybody. Leave a comment down below. Let us know. Do you have some insight or some thoughts, or have you heard other tales or write-ups how this could be fixed? If you have, let us know, because we'll bring it up and we'll follow up on this. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. So we're going to wrap up the media bites here, guys. But again, if you have questions or comments regarding these topics, please let us know, because we'd love to get some feedback on this.
Hello everyone, I'm Ziploc Bob, and welcome to Bottle Rocket Rants, a section where someone from Bottle Rocket Gaming rants for about 5 minutes. For today's rant, I decided to go on how to and how not to buy a gift for a gamer, since my 2-year anniversary is coming up, and to be honest, I am just reminded of some of the painful presents, the god-awful gifts, and the cheap contributions to my gaming collection I've acquired over the years. I am fucking done with this, so listen up, assholes. Here's Bob's guide to buying gifts for gamers. First things first, do not ever buy a game that is from a licensed movie. While there are a few exceptions, this is a quick way to waste your money. I get these things are expensive to buy in the first place, and gaming is an expensive hobby. However, if you can only spend 20 to 40 bucks on your gamer, here's what you do. Buy a fucking gift card from where they buy the games, or just hand them the fucking money. It is a little impersonal, yes, but trust me when I say what are you unknowingly doing is worse when you're buying a movie game. Jesus, I'd rather you buy me Slim Fast for my birthday, because at least after the cake and ribs I have every fucking year, I could at least use it. For our second thing not to do not buy them a game for the wrong platform. Yes, you're going to have to educate yourself a little bit about what they actually play on. Not everything is a PlayStation or a Super Nintendo. There's such a difference. I cannot tell you how many times I've had an aunt or uncle buy me a game for Genesis when I was a kid, and I was disappointed for 2 reasons. 1, I owned a Super Nintendo, and 2, it was a good exclusive for the Genesis. Exclusives, in case you don't know, are games that are only for that console. Seriously, I would have loved the game if it was available for the Super Nintendo, but outside of modern ROM hacks, Sonic 2 does not exist on the Super Nintendo. Instead, straight out ask them what they want and hint that you're going to get it for them. Us gamers are sometimes a dense bunch, where you're doing the entire thing of asking them for what gifts they want. You can word it in a way to where they're honestly thinking, hey, this person that I love is actually taking interest in my hobby. Awesome, let me tell them all about the stuff that I'm looking forward to in the hobby and try to explain why. Meanwhile, you look awesome twice over, and also, please be aware of what your gamer plays or his or her games on, because there's a difference between the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. Hell, there's a fucking difference between the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. Lastly, never assume just because it's in the same genre, they will like it. Any movie buff, yes, I know we're talking about video games here. However, any movie buff that likes westerns will tell you that there are some really shitty westerns out there. Just like anyone who likes RPGs, first-person shooters, or puzzle games will tell you there are a few shitty ones released every year. Instead, this is the age of the internet. If you want to surprise them so bad, then just ask them for their Steam or Amazon wishlist, and tell them to constantly keep that shit up to date. That's kinda on them. This is the main reason I never have to worry about getting a bad gaming gift from my girlfriend. Also, as a bonus point, and a cheaper route, because I get it, money is tight sometimes, ask if they need like a spare controller or something, and write that shit down, like exactly what they say word for word, then go off of that, because controllers do break with age, and you can usually get a good off-brand one for a reasonable price, and they will love you for it. However, if you make the mistake of, oh, this is an RPG, so they'll love it because it's an RPG. That's like saying, hey, this person likes chocolate, so I'm going to get them a chocolate-flavored laxative.
either way, it's going to be a shitty situation to deal with. That is my rant and advice how to not completely fuck up when buying something for your gamer. And don't worry too much, even experienced gamers pick out duds for them fucking selves sometimes, and it happens. I'm Ziploc Bob, and I'm one of the many people that are part of the Bottle Rocket community. If you like this little rant, check out my channel Sequel Syndrome here, and please subscribe. Now back to whatever Warped and crew are doing back on the show.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. And, Bob, I want to say thank you yet again, partly for, of course, joining us here to be a guest. As always, we do love having you on here. But also, thank you for coming on board and being a part of the BRG podcast by doing the rant segment. Fantastic rant segment, by the way. I love it. Love it to death.
Oh, well,
Just so you guys know, Bob will be running those about every other week, give or take. Nothing's set in stone here, but he says he's happy to commit that. He's got a whole lineup of them. But Bob does a lot of other things as well. As a matter of fact, he actually has his own channel of news and what's nots.
Yeah. Basically, with what goes on my channel, the schedule when I get back to it. Because currently, I'm taking a break. Doing 5 videos a week for the past... I've been doing beating a game a week and making a review for almost a year, and I'm like, I need a break.
Yeah, it's gonna burn you out.
It's like I eat, sleep, and dream video games, and I'm just like, I need a break. I feel like an alcoholic, just like, no more. I'm good. Ukulele's coming out.
Wow, that right there. So, but you've got your YouTube channel, which is Sequel Syndrome, and
the URL that screws people up apparently, because all the URLs for anything is always /ZiplockBob, because I came up with the URLs before I came up with my branding. Whoops.
Things evolve.
It happens.
Things evolve. I understand that. You also have a Twitch channel.
Yeah, it's just basically whenever like I'm playing games for fun. Like right now, I'm playing Diablo, because a new season came out.
The OG or the
3.
newest one? 3. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Every time they come up with a new season, I'm like, well, I haven't played this character type yet.
Why not?
Now I'm playing a monk.
Nice. And what's the best way for people to keep up with you?
Usually my Twitter, like whenever something's going up, like say if there's a delay or if a video's not coming out or when a video comes out, it's always there. Or when I have something really stupid come through my mind, it usually goes on there too. So yeah.
There you go. Oh, again, I do appreciate it, man. And again, guys, look forward to more coming from Bob. We'll of course have him back on as a guest often, as well as we'll be seeing again rants probably every other week from him. And please head over to youtube.com/ZiplockBob. You can catch all the Sequel Senior stuff going on. And you guys just hit 100 subs.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
really weird because it's like 199. No, you're 102. Make up your mind.
Making it big.
It's like I want to celebrate, but just figure it out. Then I'll say, hey, I hit it. Because literally the day after I told you, it went to 99. Then 2 days later, it's like 102. I'm like, you know what? I give up.
It was actually me. I was fucking with him.
He had like 4 accounts just messing with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Sub.
Yeah, then that bug hit where every time you do that, it actually subtracts 1.
Yeah, that'd be great. Kirok,
Yes, sir.
your channel's exploding.
It is. I see it, don't you? I'm in the midst of kind of like planning out some streaming nights and recording days. I want to get back into making content. It's been a while.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm planning it out, figuring it out.
I look forward to that.
Oh,
Anything going on with Project Singularity?
Project Singularity, at this point in time, we haven't really spoken. Like, I haven't gone and spoken to them. We've been chatting a bit. We have like a little channel in Skype. We've been chatting back and forth a bit, but that's about it.
I tell you what, I said this before, but I really would like to get together with Linz.
Yeah.
and get a PS versus BRG event going, either Gary's Mod or Minecraft or something.
Yes, we could do that. I could shoot an email to the group. In
Let's do
fact, it's funny you bring this up. Tonight, Sloppy Canadian, one of the Project Singularity members, was saying, "Do we have something with BRG on Discord or anything?" Wanting to know if we can communicate. That'd be pretty cool. We could do that.
Alrighty, well, we'll certainly make that happen. And if you guys want to keep up with Kirok, you can do the usuals, like check him out on Twitch, or sorry, Twitter, and his YouTube's channel if he ever puts anything on there. You can also
it'll happen.
You can also just stalk him. He's somewhere in Canada.
The Great White North.
The Great White North, yes. Oh, don't get him started. He'll complain about having to shovel snow
Shovel
again.
the driveway and it's okay. All the polar bears are starting to go back north now. Finally.
Oh, good. And don't have to beat him off with a shovel.
It could be worse. You could have to deal with Georgia red clay.
Oh, Jesus. Kind of more whiny about something. Anyways, guys, I myself, as usual, I've got World of Warships content still coming out on my channel. I do have other stuff. Again, I'm going to get around to editing at some point. I'll be honest with you. It's just about having the time for it. But luckily, the worst of the podcast 2.0 is winding down now. So I'll actually have a little more time to deal with other things. So I'm hoping to get more chance to do that. And, of course, I got my shitty moto vlogs. So you're welcome to listen to me rant and rave and talk about other random things on there. So I look forward to that. I do have Twitter accounts right now. Mostly what my Twitter account does is just blur it out when I've got a video posting. But, again, something comes up. I'll let you know. Really and honestly, if you want to keep up with me and all the goings on, the best place to go is BallRocketGaming.com. This is our main website. You're welcome to check out what's going on there. We have a lot of stuff coming down the pipe, from events that are coming up to just a general chatter and whatnot and happenings. It's usually most of where I'm going to be posting. It's going to be through them, either on the site or on the Twitter. We also have a Discord channel, so you're welcome to check us out over there. And, of course, you can keep up with us by going over to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/BottleRocketGaming, and check out all of the stuff we have coming up. I'm really getting happy about this, too, because we're really starting to get things flowing again, and we've got the podcast with its new format. We've got other things coming down the pipe for Dukan. I told you about that a little bit. So keep an eye out for that, and the best way to do it, of course, is to subscribe. You hit the cute little bell signal if you want to keep up on when this come out. You can go to our Twitter account, which is BottleRocketGM. And keep connected to us there. And again, guys, we really appreciate spending time with us, and more importantly, we appreciate getting a little extra help now and then with a little bit of a shout out. So whatever major platform you're on, be it Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, whatever, feel free
Smoke
to
signal.
Yes. Smoke signals and pigeons, very important. Give us a shout out. We certainly do appreciate it. It really helps us out. And if you want to do the easy peasy lazy man's way, you're welcome to hit us up on the Patreon account, which is patreon.com/BottleRocketGaming, and you can donate to us anywhere from $1 all the way up to a very high tier for that date with Kirok in a crate. We don't actually do the date in a crate. We actually send him out in a crate. But you can put a tablecloth over the crate and, belly up to
Candles.
Yeah. And he leaves his underwear behind. Anyways, again, guys, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. And we will catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Get out of the way. I really can't do it while I'm recording because...
Hold on, I feel left out. Hang on.
You even blowing bubbles out of yours while we're sucking on ours.
Once you hit 40, adult diapers. No, adult diapers. Trust me, they'll be your best. Oh, speaking of that,
Are you kidding me?
I gotta go change mine. I gotta go change mine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Go ahead.
Are you kidding me? After Taco Bell, I need adult diapers.
Okay, I believe...
Everybody, cut off one of your balls. It makes you more aerodynamic. I love this show.
Which show?
This one that we're about to record. Just because face condoms is in the show notes. My question is, if you had to bring your own, where would you get them?
True.
It's called Saran Wrap. Really great if you're into wrapping craps. Nobody? I'm gonna touch that, huh? Probably for good reason, to be honest with you, but hey.
Hello, friend. I'm the welcome wagon.